Let's get right into it. The New York Knicks, are they real or not real to win the NBA championship next year? Allen Hahn, go.
Why would you do this to me?
Jeffrey, do you know who's on this show, Pat? What's
are you
happening
kidding me?
right now? 2022 title contenders?
No, I'm it's not real. Why? Look at the roster. Now, it could be real after whatever they do this offseason, remains to be seen. But right now, currently constructed, not real. Monica?
Concur. And listen, they had a great season. Don't get me wrong.
Great.
I think trending in the right direction is the part that we're holding on to, right? But all things considered, a lot of the oddities and the favorable bounces this season probably won't happen next year as more folks get healthy, less COVID disruptions.
Hey, I see what you're doing there.
But progress, yes.
Still got to make some moves, and that's going to be
real
interesting. I'm
in the
curious
way of
to
progress.
see what they're going to do this offseason.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, R.J. Barrett, despite Canada not winning, looked really good in the qualifier.
Get R.J. Barrett buckets. Let's go.
The Atlanta Hawks, real or not real, to win the NBA championship next season? Monica, we'll start with you.
Listen, I'm going real. I think the Hawks are here to stay. They obviously have to figure out what they want to do with John Collins. But remember, we just got a glimpse of Cam Reddish in the last 2 games. We, New York, MSG in particular, had a look at DeAndre Hunter, but otherwise you haven't seen him through the course of this playoffs for real. Trey's going to be healthy. I keep saying, and not that this group is going to be quite the dynasty that we saw out west with Golden State, but in terms of drafting well, doing it organically, developing your guys, I think the Hawks, they mean business, man.
Real. And Hawks ownership, pay that man, Nate McMillan. You have your coach. Lock him up. Keep him there. That's why it's real that they could be a contender next year.
The Dallas Mavericks, real or not real, to win the NBA championship next season? Allen Hahn, go.
Not real because it's going to be very difficult in the West, as it always is. And there's a lot of pieces on that team outside of Luka that need to be upgraded, starting with, of course, whether or not Porzingis is the guy that you think can be the 1B or the Robin, however you want to put it. Is it still the fit you thought it was 2 years ago, last year in the bubble, that looked so good, and this year looks so bad? Figure that part out. But you saw Luka, he's leading Slovenia to the Olympics for the first time ever, and that's great. So we know he's great, but there's a lot more you got to put around him. As we learn in the West, you can't get it done with one.
There are some drops and beats that we have that I find completely distracting, and I just go with it.
I just enjoy this
This
vibe,
is excellent,
right? Yeah.
yes. Okay, so real or not real, not real. I think we've seen the best that this team can be currently constructed. I don't know what sprinkle J. Kidd brings to the mix that takes them over where they were. I got not real. Luka's amazing, though. Man, Luka is so good. And
But
he
one
was
doesn't
right
get it
there.
done in the West.
I know.
One doesn't get it done.
I know. Not
Ask
real,
Dame.
not right now.
Ask Dame Lillard.
Ooh, wow. Shots fired. Well, not shots fired.
No, it's real.
It is real.
And that's what we're playing, real or not real. Go ahead, Pat.
The Golden State Warriors, Monica, real or not real, next season to win the title?
Who's healthy besides Clay? Clay's back? Wiseman? When's Wiseman supposed to be back? In the middle of the season? They didn't know what they wanted to do with him for real anyway. Are they going to keep Kelly Oubre? It's a good question.
Are you talking to yourself right now?
I am talking to myself.
You're asking questions and answering them.
TikTok and Reels have normalized talking to myself. I just need to change the position of the camera, talk to myself.
Hahn needs
talk back to
therapy. You're
myself.
talking to yourself. This is a weird
Yes,
show.
already.
We're thinking this
What
through.
a weekend.
Listen, again, I go back to organizations that I trust. We saw the heater that Steph Curry went on down the stretch of this season, and they were right there. He just ran out a little bit of gas. Won't require using as much gas when he gets his fellow Splash brother back. They're always cooking up something. I'm going to say, win the title is aggressive, but I do think that they'll be back in a real way.
100% real. Absolutely real. Because they're going to go from a young roster to a veteran roster. You watch.
With one person?
No.
Who's the other person's?
Oh, you're going to make some moves here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to get older because you want to make one more run, and you can if you know Clay is healthy and you know Steph is. You don't put kids around those two. You put vets around them, and that's what they're going to do, in my opinion.
Here's the thing that also still applies. You said it when we talked to Dallas. It also applies here. The West is a beast. Like, the teams that have finished higher.
Okay, but what you don't have in Dallas is
No. Not to compare the two organizations. I'm
experience.
saying the West continues to get tougher.
Oh, of course. But this team is one of those teams that's going to get tougher by adding a player that you know can get it done. Steph still has gas in the tank. Draymond Green is Draymond Green, as you know. And as I said, you've got to upgrade the roster and get vets, get older. They went young for a couple of years because they could. Now it's time to get older again, move some of those young pieces. Watch what happens.
Unfortunately, guys, we only have about 10 seconds to get into this one. Just poor clock management by you guys. But the Philadelphia 76ers.
Do it.
Real or not
Had
real?
a noted Sixers fan trying to rush us off this topic. Monica, real or not real on the Sixers winning a championship next year?
Real.
Did it? No.
I think Joel Embiid is the truth.
Yep.
I think Tobias Harris is better than he was in the Hawks series. I think Seth Curry is a shooter. There's always a spot in the floor for a shooter. I'm going to go real here. And we probably don't see Ben Simmons there next year. But I'm going to go real. I don't think that, most importantly, Joel Embiid's year was a flash in the pan.
Oh, no.
So you give me some of that, run that back, and give me a little more Tobias. Obviously, you move a few pieces around. They've got Danny Green on that squad who has all this championship experience.
Yep.
I still buy Doc Rivers. I know it's been a couple of rough years for him. But I'm going to stay real.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.